Hi, everybody. This is Deb from Deb's Sober Days. And today I have another quote for you. And I have changed up the way I'm doing my daily video because I'm trying to be more interactive with them. Um, there's a reason that when I heard these quotes that I wrote them down. Something about it just struck me. And I can't really do that with the shorter they almost look like little PowerPoints that I've been doing. So I'm going to try this new method of pulling up the quote and talking about why it was important at the time and how I relate to it now. So today's quote is, "I was running for my life and it was me who fired the starting pistol." And I heard this quote at an AA conference about a month ago. And the reason that I wrote this down was it struck me that I was really running from my life. And actually, I think I was trying to hide from my life. I was trying to hide from the problems that I was struggling to deal with in a positive and healthy way. So I listened to that alcoholic voice in my mind that said, together we can pretend this isn't the case. If we are drunk today and we're drunk again tomorrow, we won't have to deal with it today or tomorrow. And I've realized, obviously, that is not the case. A problem is here today, whether and tomorrow, regardless of whether we're drunk or we're hungover. So as I move forward in my recovery, I am actively trying to work through those things that I discovered were the things that I was running from and then hiding from as I pushed things and people away and shrunk and shrunk and shrunk my world. Um, I have an addiction counselor, I have a therapist, and I'm working the steps actively with a sponsor. And those things combined have really been able to help me push through some fears and not only push through the fears, but have a more clear-headed, kind of rational approach to problems. And that has been probably one of the biggest things that I can point to in my recovery, when somebody with less sobriety than me says, the promises aren't coming true, it's not working. When is it going to work? Um, I still consider myself a newcomer at 14 and a half months. I hope I always consider myself a newcomer, because as much as I feel like promises are coming true, I know that there are more of them that will come true as I fully try to embrace life and live life. Problems, no problems, but there's always something. We're human. Something small uh, becomes something big. And that was magnified for me in my alcoholism. Something small that might become this big when I'm sober. Something this small was becoming this big when I was drunk. Everything was a catastrophe. Everything was the end of the world. And that's not the case anymore. And I really give a lot of credit, not only to being sober and having a clearer head, but with my addiction counselor and my therapist together with some medication. I am medicated. I'm okay with that. It works for me. Um, I'm not alone anymore. And I used to think I was alone, and I wasn't, um, until I kind of was alone because I mean, actively pushed my support systems away. I was lying to my therapist. I didn't have an addiction counselor at the time. I actively pushed my friends away. I actively pushed my partner away. And that was painful for all of them. My partner has told me that if I start drinking again, he can't go through that again. Not just the worrying about me and my physical health and my mental health, but I was very, very toxic to him, and that certainly wasn't fair. But we're working through that. He's still here. And my point is to get back to it. This kind of rounded approach that I'm taking to my physical and mental health. I'm no longer just a little twig trying to, buffet in the wind and see what I can solve or not solve by myself. And now there's multiple branches that's kind of forming a tree. And that tree of we is what's really getting me through sobriety and working through my problems. I'm not running from things anymore. I'm not hiding from things anymore. While it was me who fired that starting pistol to start my race away from the world and from problems, it's also me that has the power to set that tape at the end of the race that you push through when you win. And that tape changes daily depending on what I've accomplished. If I tackled a fear, if I have just had a really good, productive, interactive day with people, because I still sometimes struggle with being around a lot of people. Um, Not because I'm afraid they'll find out who I am. Um, I think it's because I'm still figuring out who I am, and I want to make sure that I'm presenting the best possible me that I can. And I think I'll always do that. I think as we move through recovery, I certainly have different expectations of myself today than I did 14 months ago, or 6 months ago, or 9 months ago. Every day that I wake up is a new challenge to be my best self and do the next right thing. And when I pray to always, one, stay sober, thank God for Kirk, and have the guidance to know what the next right thing is. So as I'm moving that finishing tape, I'm moving further and further and further away from that starting pistol. And I am so grateful that I have the ability now to do just that. I have a clear mind. I have a support system that I know I can trust and rely on and that I use. That's the most important thing. I use it. So as you move forward to your starting tape, away from your finishing tape, away from your starting pistol, please tell us how you did that. Did you struggle at times? I struggle at times every day. If you're struggling, let us know. We can help you. The thing about recovery is you don't have to do it alone. In many cases, we can't do it alone. So I hope that all of you have a wonderful and blessed day. I hope you have a sober day and keep coming back to Deb's Sober Days. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.